Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the business. I am actually not going to be your host today because, well, one thing, we are currently not at Pink Moon Gardens. That's right, we are across the street from the Lionheart Coliseum, the home of Premier Wrestling, and its great sponsor, the Corleone Empire. And speaking of the Corleone Empire, I have a very special host, because as I promised you guys, we would have a special guest. But I went a little above and beyond. I went and not only got one, but two of them. But enough of that. Cousin Vinny, tell him about yourself.
Hey, I'm your host tonight. That's right, your cousin Vinny. And I'll just start off by saying it's truly an honor to be here, filling in for this final episode. I got some awful big shoes to fill, and I'm determined to keep it frosty, so let's get this thing started. We have a fun-filled show up for you tonight. Again, it's the final episode of the business, and I'd like to take a moment to give props to the sponsors. Now, obviously, the Mancini Group and the Corleone Empire are an important sponsor for this show, but more importantly, there's Pink Moon Estates. Pink Moon is an adult sim that offers a lot of different activities, a place where you can hang out with friends, take pictures, play games, even get a professional picture taken at their local photo studio. Pink Moon Estates offers homes for rent, a place to set up vendors, or just a place to call your official new hangout. So check them out on their Discord, their website, and their sim. Okay, time to introduce our panel of celebrities.
Alrighty. Wow, look at that. You had sponsors and everything, but I'm impressed. You went above and beyond.
Oh, it gets better, dude. I had to practice because Flex put the hurt on me to not screw this up. Okay, let's get going. And now it's time to introduce our panel of celebrities. I can't say enough of good stuff about this cat. He almost defies description. But the truth is, he's the Cheech to my Chong. He's the dude with the bong. So let's hear it for Joey Sixx.
Hey! That's...
How you doing, Joey?
That's right, folks. I am the Lord of the Smoke, the King of the After Party, the one who's got yours, Joey Sixx. Low rider gets a little higher. Da, 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 da. Oh man, I'm very excited. When you told me you got a soundboard, I was ready for it. But this is great. I got my own theme song now.
Just wait, it gets better, I promise. Okay, that's right. He's the Lord of the Smoke, the King of the After Party. He's also the one that's always got yours, and I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm glad it's yours and not mine. Just
hey, nobody can get it. Got your six? Come on. Joey Sixx, got your six? Got you, the one who's got your... Oh, man. Nobody ever got that?
I don't cop to having six, so, you know, whatever.
I'm gonna...
Okay, we gotta move on.
Alright, take it away, buddy.
What does that mean? Honestly, this next guy sort of gives me the shakes, and I'm not usually one to get thrown off by his game. But hang on. Brace yourself. I've heard about his tonic, I've heard about his potions, and I've heard about his special brew. And he might be scary, but everyone loves this guy nonetheless. Even if all he wants to do is shrink your head, stick it in a pipe, and smoke it. So without further ado, let's welcome the Hoodoo Man, because he hoodoos your voodoo. Let's hear it for the one, the only Pognac.
Hello there, everyone. And it's amazing to be here today. Let me just say that.
All right, glad to hear it. You're in good spirits, right, Hog?
Oh, yes, always.
All right. Okay, moving on. This next dude, only one word can describe the shock and awe whenever he enters the room. So let's give it up for Dany Thunder.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's the Thunder. Yes, coming straight from Italy. Posso parlare italiano? Forse, non lo so. But for today, I'm just gonna keep that in English. I promise.
Okay, that's that. We appreciate that very much, Paisan. So the rumor with Dany is that he just set up a training facility just outside the Vatican. And that can only mean one thing. He spars with the Pope. Not some pizza guy, not some average greaseball off the street, but he actually spars with the Pope. And that can only mean one thing. He's got God in his corner. So not many people know this, though, as much as a badass wrestler as he is. If you catch him on the right night, he'll just croon for you. That's a true story, no bullshit. Couldn't resist myself, Dany.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
That's a spicy middle boy.
Okay,
Man, oh man,
okay.
such a nice beginning of the show.
I love you, dude. You know it.
Of course I do.
Last but not least, well, to be honest, what he charges to do a hired gig, I guess he is least. But, what can I say? The man, the myth, the legend, the voice. Let's hear it for Sexy Flexy, DJ Flex.
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. I'm excited. I don't even know what we're doing here, but I'm here and we're gonna have fun. That's what I know.
Oh, come on. Come on, Flex. You're going to tell me you don't watch The Business?
I watched a couple episodes, but you know me. I got a super busy schedule, man. I need to try to find time to watch it. So much content of Premier Wrestling, you know? It's hard.
Oh, man. And here I invited you on to be on the season finale because you were the first man to host something. You hosted Overtude, which was one of the best shows for a while. And I brought you on to help finish it up, and you're going to sit here and be like, yeah, I watched a couple episodes. You know how it... Oh,
Hey,
breaking my heart.
I'm honest, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I did watch at least 2 episodes, and I need to watch the rest.
Oh, at least 2. Tell them how you... Just tell us
Oh.
in the comments below how you feel about Flex and only watching 2 episodes of The Business. That being
Hold on a
said...
second.
Oh,
Hold
what?
on a
What?
second.
We have a blast.
I'm not
Only
done
2
with this guy yet.
episodes, Flex? Only 2. And I even got to pick your name when you were the betrayer.
Betrayer?
I say.
Wasn't a
Now
betrayer.
you know the history behind that, huh? And you come to us and say, oh, maybe just 2 episodes. DJ Flex, airing tonight. Only 2 episodes. I'm gonna write this down.
Wow.
I love you, Danny, damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm not done
Jeez.
yet. Let me
All
tell you
right,
a little
all
bit
right.
about. Let me tell you a
Oh,
little
it
bit
was
about
blast
Flex.
anyways.
Oh, okay. Come on, you got more?
Really?
Okay,
That's
so
it?
I usually stand right next to the comms desk during most of the shows that I can attend. And I've been noticing the last couple of weeks that somebody or a group of somebodies has been slipping sticky notes and putting them on Flex's back. And he hasn't even noticed it. Now, you know what I'm talking about. Stuff like kick me, I'll work for Linden's. It's the thought that counts, or even like class clown. You know, all the usual kind of stuff. Now, that's really something special, but it's also kind of concerning. And I think we should call into the premier headquarters, you know, the place in Atlanta, and find out the official policy on what could be considered workplace harassment. Don't you think? So let's give the big guy a call at the main office, because I hear he's always available, and he'll just pick up the phone if you call in. So let's give this guy a call.
Oh, good. Middle of the show?
Big guy, you know, he's there. He's there. We'll get him. I think.
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line, as we value your call.
Well, I'll be damned. What the hell? Wait, they say this.
Right there.
It's pretty good elevator music for sure.
That makes sense completely.
Dun, 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 dun,
Always
dun.
available, but
Let's-
please hold.
Let's try.
We're sorry. All of our
God damn it.
representatives are still assisting
Ah, man.
Remain on the line, as we value your call.
No.
Come on, man. Mr. Aftermath, you gonna do that to us? Mr. Aftermath. How,
Okay,
like,
that's
I'd
a
expect
no.
that
That's-
out of Mr. Legendary, the superior
That's a
one,
no.
but nah, Mr. Aftermath. Shame. It's because our name isn't John Dennis. Sorry, touchy subject. Right then.
Oh.
So.
Right in the feelings. Right in the feelings.
Hey,
let's
I'm
go-
on your side, man. Speaking of which, we'll talk more after this. But, what are we talking about today, there, Vinny?
Okay, so tonight's topic for discussion and spirited debate, if you're ready, is what's your most memorable battle, persona, themed event at either a Rise or Unplugged show? Because I think those guys don't get enough love, so we should wrap up this season covering some stories from Rise and Unplugged. And I'm gonna start off so nobody else steals this one.
Ooh.
A couple of years ago is when I got introduced to PW, and it was a guy named Vendetta that was taking me around, and he was saying, you got to check these guys out, and they do shows during the week, they do them on the weekend, you can hire them. And the most memorable show that I have, it still sticks with me today, was an Unplugged show at Karen's Cove. And we happened to just drop in there right when the action was taking off. And it was between SMF and Matt. And right about when we landed and stuff started to res in, because it was kind of busy, so it was taking a little while to res. These guys spilled out of the ring, they were fighting in the street, and then they moved across the street, across the sidewalk, into like a taco joint or something. So there was all kinds of commotion going on in there. And then before you knew it, they were up on the roof and they were battling it out. And I think it was Matt, got the big pow, and he went down, he crashed into a hot dog stand. And I'll just tell you, you can't see this kind of a show anywhere else on the grid, so that's my example. So who wants to go first?
Oh, wow. So we're doing a You Had to Be There special. I like it.
Yep.
Okay. Any takers to go first, or are you going to make me do it?
I can break the ice if you want to.
Oh, alright. Take it away, Mr. Thunder.
Well, if we talk about Unplugged, me, it's like, let's say home. Because Unplugged has been the first show where I've been when I joined PW. So every time I step in the Unplugged, it's like I'm home. So for me, it's gonna be always special, and I can tell a lot of special stuff happens when we have the Unplugged show. Let's say it's a place where you can expect the impossible, because I can tell we have a lot of particular matches, a lot of once in a lifetime shows. Okay, let me call that in this way. And I think it was like 3 years ago, the first one I took part, and Vinny was there already. Man, it's just such a good feeling just to be there. So if this goes to the new people, if you've never been to an Unplugged show, just go, because you will not regret that. And then as the time was going, I had the chance to meet new people, train new guys and ladies, of course. And now what you see today, it's what we could create in the past. And thank God it's still going. And I can tell there is still a lot to witness.
That's great. Who's next?
All right. I guess I'll go next. Let me take you back a little bit here to a very young Mr. Sixx. Before I was the Lord of the After Party, the King of the Smoke. I mean, Lord of the Smoke, King of the After Party, or the same difference. Back when I was just the one who's got yours, and I was first finding my footing in here. My first time, one of the first matches I ever get to call. I get a call on from the director of the time of the Unplugged. I'm gonna refrain names here, and they tell me verbatim. I'm shooting from the hip here, y'all. Hey, one of our commentators got hit by a car. We need somebody to fill in. You did really well in your training, and we'd like to have go ahead and get you on a show. Well then, so I go to this Unplugged show, and a lot of the shows are memorable. I got to see the athlete Sean Watkins for the first time there, and he cut an incredible promo telling about what he was going to do in Premiere, and we've gotten to see him do some great things in Premiere. I got to work side by side with two really good performers at the time. One of the member of the Jameson clan and one of the member of the Blackheart clan. Again, I'm going to refrain from names, but both of them were really good that night. But the thing that will always be with me and the moment of the night was watching, I believe it was SMF versus Ryan Jameson in a hardcore match for the hardcore belt, which, if you don't know anything about Unplugged or Rise or anything, but specifically Unplugged, the hardcore belt has a very long-standing relationship with Unplugged, and it was at one point the only time you got to see the Unplugged belt or the hardcore belt defended was at Unplugged. It was really one of the main reasons to go to see. Now we have Attitude and everything, so it got to pick up the hardcore belt, but the main aspect was going to the Unplugged to maybe get to see it. This match was great. It was insane. It was a lot of good old-fashioned. There really wasn't like a ton of weapons used, but it was such a bloody match because they turned the entire arena into a fight. They were going through the fans fighting each other. They went into a bunch of electrical equipment and everything. I watched them throw, I believe it was I believe it was Ryan Jameson throwing SMF straight head first into a TV monitor. And then to cap it all off, this arena had giant metal post structures that went all the way up to practically the ceiling, and
Scaffolding.
That scaffolding. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word here. The gummy's kicking in, but they go to the top of this thing and they're fighting, and they've got to be 15, 20 feet in the air. I'm talking. They are way too high to be that safe in this, but we're talking about two guys that would fight to the death if they had to. But Ryan Jameson gets knocked off this, falls 20 feet, hits the mat. He's laid out. What does this man do? He freaking SMF does a shooting star press off of the top of the scaffolding onto him 20 feet down to win the match. Was arguably one of the craziest matches I ever seen in my life, and it was one of the first matches I saw in Premiere. That really goes to say something. See that entire getting me all hot and bothered under the collar here, thinking about that good old fashioned match. But no. But yeah, that was my you had to be there moment for that. And I'm a lot of these guys that have worked on Plugs I've seen gone over to Rise. Sean Watkins does great over there. Cherokee Outlaw, I've seen some great matches of him, and he's over on Rise. Just all these amazing performers. Backwoods Barbie, I believe, is now on Rise, and was really good when I got to see her. So, all right, I'll shut up because we've got to let other people talk eventually.
Uh-oh, you know what this cue means, right? Come on, Pod, let's hear it.
Actually, I have one from Rise, and I've been here recently too. The story between Hiram and Tommy has been getting really interesting.
The Boston Crippler, Tommy Cannoli?
Yes, the Boston Crippler. He refused to join the cult, and ever since Hiram has been attacking this man on sight. Almost.
Ooh.
And now it got so bad that Tommy had to team up with Ludwig Graves, the German sensation himself.
Oh, wow.
But with that being said, Hiram attacked this man in the parking lot and almost ran this fool over.
I'm sorry, he did
now,
what?
He almost ran this fool over with his own car. Hear
Damn.
him. But yes, this story, or these matches, or whatever you want to call it, have been going pretty amazing in my eyes. Makes a lot of these people look foolish, especially when it's Hiram in the cult. I love it when they make people look foolish.
Oh, man.
I'm good.
Not bad, not bad. And Rise is such an awesome thing for that, because I remember hearing about the Boston Crippler. He's an incredibly great technician and submission specialist.
Hiram actually snapped his arm right in the middle of the ring.
He did what? You go on this this random feud, and then you sprinkle in he broke his arm in the middle of the ring. He tried to hit him with a car. Come on, man, lead with that stuff.
What do you want from me, Joey? Like, what do you want?
I want action. I want a story, damn it. That's what we're here for. But yes, I did.
I can't give you the whole story because, a lot of things were happening that day.
All right.
But it got really good. That's all I can say. And you do not want to miss the rest of it.
That's right. You can check Rise on Wednesdays and Sundays still?
Yes.
Awesome sauce. I'm... All right. I think that means we got
to hear from Flex.
Hey. All right, I got one for you. I'm surprised Mr. Pog here didn't even talk about it. He was our first Immortal Cup champion. You remember that? It was at Unplugged at my place. Yeah, over at Dragon's Immortaling Studios. We hosted the Dragon Immortal Cup tournament. I mean, the Immortal Cup, Wrestling Immortal Cup tournament. And Pog had to go through hell to even get there, and it wound up coming between him and Cherokee. And what was funny is there were some things that happened to where, like, a couple people were supposed to wrestle, flights were delayed, we had to switch things around, and then Pog almost didn't even get the cup because of that. But the craziest thing about it was pure rules. So Pognak was the first pure rules champion. And then,
awesome. That is true.
Yeah.
Fought Cherokee for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was insane. It was one of the craziest matches I ever saw. It was well fought, and Pog came out on top, and he deserved it. Good guy, bad guy, doesn't matter. When it comes down to skill and pure wrestling skill, Pog's got it, man. I can appreciate him for that.
I'm liking that story.
And it's like, that's not all though. Like, I think we should have possibly rethinked our judges panel. I mean, we had like SMF and anyways, it was somebody that he couldn't stand.
My guess is probably LG.
Yeah. You had LG. That's right. You had LG and SMF sitting next to each other on the judges panel. I thought for sure they were gonna like break the table that we set there. It was absolutely insane. And then it was so funny because at one point, SMF started acting like a child, and he's like, "I got other places to be," and boop boop boop, and da da da. He's got an Australian accent though. He acted like a child. "I'm not going to take this. I'm taking my ball and going home." And he walked off stage.
Screw you guys. I'm going home. That unfortunately sounds like at the time period that SMF. But you know what? It's one of the best. It's the best stories come from people that are usually a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Dramatic. But no, legit, that match is hearing Pog and Cherokee. Cherokee was the Rise champion for a long time. Is he still the champion over there?
No,
Oh, wow.
he recently lost it to Leroy.
Oh shit! Like,
Leroy Jenkins.
wait, Leroy Jenkins, right?
He has the belt?
Yes.
You mean
Yes.
like the cousin of the current undisputed his brother or cousin, I can never remember, of the current undisputed champion, Isaiah the Hornet Jenkins?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So
That's
so the Jenkins are scooping up the belts.
next we're going to see Velma appear on Overload to go for that for the women's champion over there. Man, and then, well, I mean, they've got Uncle Bobby which, yes, is actually Isaiah's real life uncle, is current GM, and he's man, that is we talk about the Jamesons and the Blackhearts and all these the Jenkins are taking over, man.
Wait, rewind that last part before you said the Jenkins are taking over. Who's the GM?
Well, last I saw it was
Uncle
Uncle Bobby.
Oh, hell
Uncle,
no.
You,
Uncle
hey,
Bobby's
hey,
the GM.
hey, I show great respect to our current GM over there. He has allowed the leaders of the Astral Gate to do what's necessary over there. We've had a lot of great conversations.
He's been amazing to me as well.
And he has currently made Trey Steele's Life a Living Hell, which is always good for business.
Nice. Way to go.
So, all right, so that's four
Was he
stories.
top mummy or bottom mummy? I get that confused.
Oh, Uncle Bobby is
Yeah, that's a
100.
whole other person.
No, not
Yeah.
Uncle Bobby. Trey.
Mm.
Was he top mummy or bottom mummy?
It doesn't matter with Uncle Bobby involved. He's definitely the bottom of the relationship right now. All right,
Mummy.
man, I'm saying this stuff, and Trey's gonna be like,
Okay. All right, seriously, I got one question though. Uncle Bobby's the GM,
mm-hmm.
and this is over at Rise, right?
No, this is on Overload, sir.
Oh, Overload! Wow, big time. Okay.
Yeah.
The show
What
where
the
you
hell
used to
happened to
be,
LG?
Trader.
You
thought he was the
traitor?
GM.
Are you? Wait a
Traitor.
second. Wait a second. Not only do you not watch our show, are you saying you don't watch Overload?
Oh man,
traitor.
I should never have signed up for
Jesus.
this job.
Oh, Vinny, can I borrow that revolver for a moment?
Yeah, go right ahead.
About to flex. You breaking
Okay,
my
wait.
heart.
Let's get back to my question, man. Stop blasting me.
Hey.
Look. Uncle Bobby's the GM Overload. Awesome. I love the guy. I just have one question. Is he promoting his chicken?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, his chicken is usually with him. Yeah, that was
Flex.
Okay, go ahead.
Flex, let me give you some advice, okay? Next time you're gonna walk through an open door like that, after you've been working for Overlord, don't say anything. Just
Yeah.
respond like this,
Hey,
Damn it.
forget about it.
and you'll save yourself a lot of grief.
Yeah, come on,
Forget
man.
about it. I got it.
Oh,
Forget about it.
oh
We're gonna
no.
forget about that and move on.
Oh, speaking of Uncle Bobby for a moment, can I tell one more unplugged story before we wrap up here today? And you choose the season finale winner, almighty cousin Vinny.
Let's see what the music's telling me. Yeah, you're good. Let's hear it.
All right. So I'd like to tell the story of one of the coolest tag teams I ever saw. There was a period of time where Ryan Jameson was not the vicious hitman that he's currently is on the thing. I believe it was. Let me make sure I've got the right person here. So we had, I believe it was. I'm trying to remember it was Uncle Bobby and somebody else was a member of Team Old School. I want to say it was Ryan Jameson, but he may have been part of Trigger Inc. at that point. Oh man, my memory's failing me. Too many gummies, no. But either way, my point is the following. This man had Uncle Bobby was doing probably some of his best work on Unplugged. That man went out with his Team Old School and was carrying around like a freaking a metal pipe and beating the crap out of people and everything. Like, you think his work here on... I love seeing him as a GM now, but knowing the work that he can do on Unplugged, I'm telling you, you've got to go to Unplugged to see some of the greats, or you've got to go to Rise to see the stories that can never be told twice. Like, there are things that are done on those shows that you can't match. Like, you can't, the energy with the crowd and the interactions and everything are so good, and you get to see some of the, like, the future best of the best cutting their teeth on both Rise and Unplugged. I mean, and you've got some of the current best of the best over at these places. So, like, you know, definitely check out Unplugged on, I believe their usual time is Saturdays. Changes from time to time depending on the person who's hiring them. And Rise on Wednesdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. SLT usually.
Yes, for Wednesday, and then 2 p.m. SLT for Sundays.
All right,
Also,
awesome.
you can check out the board in the premier wrestling lobby at the stadium behind us. You walk in there, and it has all the listings of the shows.
That's right. All right, and I think we've got one last thing before we wrap up here today, Vinny. Didn't you say something you wanted to show us?
But you want me to pick who wins that debate?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that first. That's a great idea. You've got this. I'm sorry, Vinny.
No, it's cool. I didn't think I was gonna walk away from this picking Flex's story because I set him up for the phone call and I thought I was gonna be in deep shit because of it. But I'm actually not gonna give him the win. Ooh. But I'm gonna give Pog the win because his story was primarily about Pog. So I think we should all give it up for the Hoodoo Man.
Oh man, the Hoodoo Man taking the final big W of the season. He is man. Hoodoo, your voodoo, man. He's the best storyteller because I think he's had the most W's on the business as well. So
and the best looking.
Nobody's got the
I'm
top
not sure
hat
about
like
that. I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
A little bit disappointed.
It's about you, Thunder.
Listen, maybe you want for just one comment. Let's be honest now, okay? Because if we go deep,
okay, there was like 3
in your mind.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Danny. No one likes a sore loser, Danny. Come on now.
You know what I'm gonna do about that?
You can't say it.
I'm gonna
Drop a thunder
tweet.
bomb.
I'm gonna tweet my displeasure.
You're gonna tweet.
I'm gonna do it.
Nah, you gotta X your displeasure now.
You have to exit, man. Exit. Stage left.
If I knew how to race Thunder, that would make me very upset.
You're gonna drop a thunder bomb while complaining on X?
No, I don't want to complain about X. He's a great guy.
On X. X is
yeah. You can't call it Twitter anymore. It's now X.
I'm sorry.
Because reasons.
Yeah,
X.
I know, but X.
Jesus.
X. We have X in the roster. Hi, X. How you doing, man? But no,
Hi, X.
Yeah, I'm
Miss you,
gonna drop it. I'm gonna tweet it.
All right.
So.
You'll be tweeting his
He's
displeasure.
gonna tweet.
But let me tell you one last thing, and then I'm gonna go shut.
All right.
We can represent Unplugged, Rise, Attitude, Overload. I just know one thing: we are great on what we do. That's it.
Mm-hmm. We are unique. We are premier.
Very true.
I got a question for Mr. Thunder.
All right.
So everybody knows, and if they don't, maybe they live under a rock, but everybody knows that you're like an excellent chef. When the hell are we gonna see you cooking or have some kind of show or something? Man, come on. We need that food.
First of all, did you just steal my catchphrase?
First of all, I didn't know he even knew how to cook.
all right.
You've never had
cooking
a
show,
cheese, man.
Cooking show. Who knows? Maybe in the next month. Maybe in the next week. Maybe now. No, okay, not now. I know it's too soon. Too soon, but soon. That's the only thing I can say.
Speaking of, I'm gonna have me one of these cannolis when this show rolls up. Yeah, I'll leave the gun here, but I'm taking a cannoli.
Oh, by the way, that's actually
for that.
speaking of cannolis. That's what Ludwig, the fans call Ludwig, and Tommy, the German cannolis.
The German cannolis.
Cannoli.
Instead of stuffed with like cream, they're stuffed with sauerkraut.
Because Poggy fucks up Tommy Cannoli's name and calls him Cannoli all the time.
All right. Enough. Oh no, what's this? Well then.
Nothing?
I can always go back to the elevator music.
Oh man, that's my jam.
All right,
Come on, you guys, admit it. You know you're moving around in your chairs a little bit.
I'm absolutely we grooving. All right. Vinny has something very important to show us before we finish up here today.
Uh-oh.
It's the debut. It's the debut of the Mancini Group Chapter 2 promo video.
All right,
So give it a watch.
And we're back. Oh my god, Vinny. That's awesome. Looking at all those partners that the Mancini Group has developed over its time and all these like great performers, some of which we actually mentioned here on the business, building up to, I mean, just the sheer magnitude of like the fingers the pies that you have your fingers in, man. Like, I'm very excited to see what the next chapter of the Mancini Group and the Corleone Empire is.
Thank you. It's only getting started.
Nice.
But with that being said, it's time we close the chapter on this season of the business. If you want to see a season 2, let us know in the comments below, or let us know about what show you might like to see come onto our Premier Wrestling situation. You know, we're always listening out because we love you guys. We love our fans so much. With that being said, I am Joey Sixx.
I'm Vinny Corleone.
And I pump that doo-doo, man.
And just like Joey said, let us know if you want the second season, because if you don't let us know if you want that, you know what I'm gonna do about that? Well, I can't say it. I'm Dany Thunder. I'll see you soon.
And then,
Of course, I am the award-winning voice, Mr. Flex. And you guys are awesome. And like Joey said, we love you. And without you, we wouldn't be here.
We're going to leave with the Flex theme song music now.
That's my jam. #1 hit, baby. Billboard's top 100.
and
Only top quality elevator.